If you're spending like 45 minutes doing 10 sets of flat bench, cable flies, dips, those plate presses, doing that kind of thing, trying to build up your chest, you're probably wasting your time. You only need one chest exercise, and it's not just a bench press. Now, I know this video is about building a bigger chest, and if you're struggling to build the chest that you want, but I feel that I have a responsibility to mention that the chest is not the most important muscle when it comes to building an aesthetic physique. When you're looking to build an aesthetic physique, you're trying to maximize the shoulder to waist ratio. So you want to look as wide as possible on top, and you want to minimize your waist down below. The most important muscle in terms of making you look as wide as possible is going to be your shoulders. And in fact, if you have a very large chest with lagging shoulders, that's going to make you look less aesthetic. So what we want to do is build a very good chest in terms of the fullness. You want to have a nice even development on your chest, but then from that point, once you've developed your chest, you don't want to try to get it as big as possible. You want to switch your focus then to maximizing the size of your shoulders. That's going to give you the most aesthetic look possible. Now, if you're looking to get the biggest shoulders possible, I recommend you check out some of my other videos where I've detailed how you can maximize your shoulder development and what the best movement is to build up your shoulders. So the main problem a lot of guys face is that they have an underdeveloped upper chest. What you'll find is that you can more easily build your mid and lower chest, but you might struggle to build your upper chest, which is actually what gives you a fuller look in your chest and gives that sort of like plate of armor sort of look. The solution is to pick one incline pressing movement. That can be incline dumbbell press, incline barbell press, or a machine incline press, which is going to be my preference because you can push the intensity a lot higher without worrying about form breakdown or injury. So I have a preference for a machine incline press. Now, the reason you want to do this is because it's been shown in like EMG data that incline pressing stimulates your mid and lower chest still to a very high degree, but it also stimulates your upper chest way more than just flat pressing does. So you can do an incline press and essentially stimulate your whole chest to be developed evenly. A lot of guys also find that doing incline presses is a lot more comfortable for your shoulders. I used to get like kind of pain in my left shoulder when I was doing a lot of flat benching, which I never really get now because I only do incline pressing. It's a lot more comfortable of a position to press out of. So you might be thinking, okay, well, I've got my chest exercise. I'm going to do whatever, dumbbell press, barbell, incline barbell press, or I'm going to do the machine press like you said. How many sets do I do? What's the kind of, warm-up sort of routine? One set for a warm-up, and then I just go into 2 working sets to failure. And what you want to focus on is progression. You need to get stronger on this movement over time. You want to warm up with maybe like 50% of the weight that you're going to use. Just do maybe 10 to 15 reps, and that gets everything sort of warmed up. You get some blood in the muscle, and then the second set is going to be your top set. You're going to go like right up to your heaviest weight, and you're going to try to beat what you did last time. If I got 100 kilo on the machine incline press for 6 reps last time, I'm going to try to get it for 7 reps this time, or 8 reps. Eventually you might get up to 10 reps and you can just increase the weight and push yourself back down to 6 reps and just rinse and repeat from then on. Just progression. As you experiment more in fitness, something that you'll find a lot is that less is more when it comes to fitness. Doing all these crazy like chest exercises tends to just kind of fatigue you, and you tend to make less progress than if you just stimulated the muscle growth that you want 2-3 days a week, let your body recover in between those sessions, and just push for progression over time on a single exercise. You can make a lot better gains than if you were doing all these other exercises 5 or 6 days a week and you're messing around with like 10 sets of each of them. So look, if you've been struggling to get the look with your chest that you want, I would recommend literally picking one of those movements, an incline pressing movement, and just focus on getting stronger on that movement. Train it 2 to 3 days a week, focus on getting stronger, and watch the improvements come in. If you found this video helpful, I'd appreciate if you could subscribe. If you're interested in building an aesthetic physique, feel free to check out some of my other videos and let me know what you think in the comments below.